Okay. Hi.
Hi, everybody.
This is Ronnie and Kathy, and we're here to talk today about setting up stitch pattern 155 in the EX6000 E6000 Passap knitting machine. As you can see there, Kathy, if you can just show them wait. We're doing this on the fly, guys.
Yeah, so,
Let's go down.
okay, there we go.
And that's 155. It says that it's semi-automatic and cannot be used with a stitch pattern. There's many in the book that are, and they all follow the same principles. The main thing that we're going to be looking at is this line here is the opening between your front bed and your back bed. These are needles. 3 of them are in work, 2 are out of work, 3 are in. And you can see that there's pushers underneath the needles, only the needles that are in work on the front bed. On the back bed, we have a similar setup, but it's staggered. And so you have the 3 and the 2 and the 3 and the 2. But the key here is you only have pushers up. If you look at this as being 1, 2, and 3, you only have pushers up on 1 and 3. So what's going to happen is when you tuck, you're going to be doing 4 rows of tuck at a time. The center stitches are going to tuck. The E6000 will take care of this. If you were doing it on a DM80, you would set the front and the back bed. You would set the front bed just like the back bed, just directly opposite. The instructions are 4 rows of knit, 4 rows of AX on the back bed, and on the front bed, you're just going to have a KX, and the console's going to take care of that. Now, I'm going to talk Kathy through how to make that all happen. First of all, we're going to program the console for 155. A little bit. Can you bring it down lower? There you go. Close enough.
Okay.
Okay, so it's programmed like any other pattern. So you're going to say, hit the 3 arrow keys and start cast on. Hit the 3 arrow keys again. Program. Hit enter. Erase. Enter. Cast on. We're going to just say 3 and we'll figure something out. All, you're going to say no. Pattern A is 155. Enter. S, no. All, enter. Form, no. Oh, now you have to tell it what needles you're working on.
So we're going to just do 25 to the left.
Okay.
25 minus, enter. And we're going to do, I think we had 10, we had 20, let's see, 10, 15, we had 20 to the right. Did we
That's
do
okay. That'll be fine.
And we had
for what we
20 to the right. So 20 and enter.
And then now it says start cast on. For this demo, we're just going to do a real quick kind of cast on. But first, we have to know what needles to cast on. So if you can pick up your console. And right now, for now, hit enter on the, right there. And start position. You're in start position. Hit enter. Now, instead of cast on, you're going to ask for ABC. Pattern A, enter. And then you're going to do what the lock tells you. Now, this is an important first step because it's going to bring up pushers for only the needles that are needed. And from there, you're going to make your decision as far as what's needed on the back bed to offset it.
And right now the console is telling me to set the front lock to SX.
Enter.
And then enter. And the back lock should be on GX. and enter and do an empty row.
Empty row. Technically, an empty row is without strippers, but it's too easy to forget to put them back in, and you got to change them anyhow, don't you? Okay. So knit across, come across. Okay. Now, if we look at the front bed, we can see that there's one pusher up, two down, three up, two down. The ones that are down now are put behind the rail. Slide them all the way down, put them out of work. Okay. Now, in order to get, with that, this whole section was just set up for the correct needle. So what Kathy needs to do is to come here and on the back bed, opposite of these 2 needles that are out of work, put in 3 needles, and then we'll come back and talk about the pushers. That's why you do it without yarn. If you do,
So I have 2 needles up on the right. Do I ignore those?
you know what? We're going to find out that that end needle would wind up tucking. So I would just only leave either 1 or 3 needles on the edges. So on the edge there, just put that 1 pusher down. It's not going to make a difference.
This one?
Yep.
Okay.
And then now we're going to put up the 3 needles that are behind.
So then there's 2 down.
You know what? It might be helpful if we took these out of work. And that way you can see your openings easier. Go ahead and put down. Oops.
Okay, so
Something went wrong.
because I did 3 instead of 2, right?
You did. Oh, okay. So see, this is what happens, and that's all part of the learning experience. Okay, so now I think you put down. Okay, there we go. So now we'll put down the needles that correspond with these. This is good. This is not.
I see what you're saying.
You see? So the needles that are above, yeah, that one you want to get rid of because we just dumped it.
Okay, so that's 1 up, 2 down,
3 up.
3 up, 2 down, 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 3 up, 2 down. All right.
Okay, so now on the back bed.
So did the pushers screw up?
No,
When we
because
did that.
This is what the machine told you,
Okay.
which meant that these go out of work completely.
Okay.
Okay, so now on the back bed, for every place that you have the 2 needles, you're going to put up 3.
I'm going to put up 3.
So that the 2 needles come up in between the 3.
Okay.
But we don't want those needles in work. So it's just it's 2 down, 3 up.
I'm going to put them all the way up so we see.
Yeah.
And then 2 down, 3 up, 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 2 down, and 3 up. Okay.
And this is good because you have 3 needles at the end on the back bed and at the beginning. So these are always going to knit. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Okay. So we can
Right.
put these back in. Okay.
So now for let's come back up here. I'm looking at the pushers again on the chart. And we see that with the groups of 3, the end needles need a pusher on them, under them, and they'll be brought up into work position. There's no arrow key, so they just need to come up and they're never going to move. Everything's going to be controlled by this N or the AX. So every group of 3, you want the first and the last pusher to come up. And the other one goes down. If you want to put it back in the blocking rail, that's fine.
I don't know where it's at. All right. All right.
Is it back in the blocking rail?
No, they were
Hiding. Okay.
So here, what if I push them all the way up? Can you see that? So there's that one, and that one's down on the rail.
Yeah, so the rail is going to look like this. You're going to have 1 up, 2 down, 1 up, 2 down, 1 up, 2 down.
Okay, we did this before, so they're pretty much there.
Yeah. I'm not telling people we should rehearse this unintentionally.
2, 2, 2, 2, and 2.
Okay. Okay, so let's just take a peek at what the pushers look like that are in the blocking rail. And they do look like this. You got 1, 2. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Those are groups of 1, groups of 2, group of 1, group of 2. Okay. Now, if you want to line up your needles, please. This way. This way.
Yeah.
Because
boy, it's hard with those pushers. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a good sign. That means your pushers are all the way up.
Okay.
So this is a pattern repeat of 8 rows. And you're going to be changing the back lock to create the pattern. So for the first 8 rows, we're going to use that to cast on in a kind of unconventional way because it's only a swatch. So,
And the console right now is telling us to make sure that the
Okay.
racking handle is down.
so answer the console,
Needles,
okay,
enter, and do an empty row.
and run your empty row. And now what we see is that it took the middle pusher from each bundle of 3 and put it in rest position, which will then cause this to tuck if we had it set for KX. And on the back bed, really nothing's happening because we don't have arrow keys. Everything's exactly the same. If you would pick up yarn, Kathy. Are we good with the yarn? Pull
Yeah.
down the back a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, just to get this on the, oh yeah, answer the console, answer the pushers, color 1, enter stitch size. You got a good stitch size. We're
Yeah,
doing
we're doing-
4 with 2 strands of 224. Okay, answer the console. The console is your friend.
And it's asking
You know,
for
we're
black.
going to start off with the orange strippers because until we get done with the cast on. Until we do finish with the other way. Okay. So you can't see this. This is going to go ahead. Yeah. But we just have to remember that we're going to ignore that now, but just tell it you did it. And tell it yes. And right now we're going to put the front and the back lock in N. We're going to rack. Yeah, we can go 2 ways, two full racks to the left, come across and knit 1 row. Rack 1 row, one to the
Complete turn to the right.
Complete turn to the right. Come back and knit a row. Okay. Now we have to do 1 more turn
To the right.
to the right. And so the first 8 rows of your pattern are going to be eaten up by the cast on.
So I'm going to knit another row.
Another row. And here we're going to change strippers. Let's put the black strippers in. And that cast on was just done so that we could get it on the machine quickly. You would do something like a 1x1 cast on and then have to transfer, or a full needle rib and transfer out the ones that aren't needed. Okay. We're on row 5. That next row is going to, with the black strippers, is going to be, you know what, let's crank your tension up to 5 because it's more single bed knitting. That's why we have to use the black strippers, because there's 3 in a row. 1 row that way. And everything looks like it's where it should be. So just to give you a little bit of a base, do 4 more rows.
Do I want to change the console?
You did the console, just right now the console reads AX on the back bed, but we're just still doing a little band. So, and that way we'll get the pattern in line.
All right, so do 4 more rows?
Yeah. Now we stop. Now we pay attention to the console. The console is reading N, and it has hash marks on the upper side. Can you? A little bit more. A little bit more. Yeah, I don't know that we can see that, but it says N, and there's hash marks up at the top, which means it's N on the back bed. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Put N on the back bed.
It's on N.
Okay. Now on your front bed, now we're going to do what the console told us to do a little while ago. So you're going to put it in KX.
What was KX?
KX. Okay. And now you're going to knit and listen to the beep, and
there should be 4 rows, right?
yeah. Okay, the console beeped, and we have an AX on the console with hash marks in the upper section, which means you're changing the lock on the back bed to AX.
Now knit 4 more rows.
Yeah.
Now it's telling me to put the back bed on N. AX. And N, and that's it for the rest of the duration, right?
That's it for the rest of
And
it.
you can see that nothing's moving on the pushers on the front bed.
Until, that's it, you just changed. Now pay attention to what's happening with the pushers. You see how we have the 2 up and 1 down? Come across. Okay.
And now
they
all
change.
of them are up.
So even without the console or counting, if you watch the pushers, you would know what to do. But having the beep on the console is your friend.
And Ronnie also taught me something the other day as I was taking my lock too far past the end of the knitting.
Oh, yes, that'll give you loop. Especially when you're on.
So we don't want to really go any farther than that?
No, just enough to clear it.
Okay.
The video. Oops, wait a minute.
This is row 3. What did it do?
We're going to find out.
Oh.
First, take out your.
It doesn't want to come out.
Wiggle. Did you remember? Did we didn't break? We didn't miss a change on the back bed, did we?
This is the 3rd row.
I have the. Yeah, glad you can read my mind. What I'm seeing here. Looks like something got caught around the. Okay, so this is not only about 155, but it's also about. how to get yourself out of jams. Maybe. Okay, Kathy, when I pull it this,
I can see.
I see a second. It's like,
Yeah, give me the thing. It's over here. What is it?
is it a booger?
It's something. It's caught on the. It's caught on the stripper.
Okay, so got a pair of scissors. Wouldn't do this on a garment.
Hmm.
You got a pair of snips.
Oh,
And
yeah, here. Here somewhere.
no,
They might be over there.
this is why I have scissors leashes. I don't have my machine.
Yeah. I had them out here before. What if we just.
Can we break it?
Yeah, they were here.
I believe you. Yes.
We just want to. Oh, did you get it?
Yeah, you know, there's one. Okay, so we're going to have what looks like a drop stitch, but we know that this is our practice. All right, change your back bed, and we'll keep going in this case. So what I did there is for some reason, one of the, stripper back in. That would make more of a mess.
Oh, we got a loop.
It was probably something like that caught on the stripper. Yeah, loops are only your friend if you're making fringe. You are going kind of far. What's going on there?
I don't know. Wasn't doing this before. And I got loops.
You got loops here. I was just gonna.
Yeah, it's looped around that black.
Okay, close it up and see if that'll.
Change the stripper. Doesn't seem
I
like
checked them the other day.
Yeah, I know.
I think you're still going too far beyond this side. You know what's good on this side is also good on that side. You know, if you're not changing colors, you just want to clear your pushers and your needles. So try getting. So you got another loop here. Okay. Now it's telling you to have N on the back bed. You know what? A little weight. Probably throw some weights on there. It won't hurt. They're in the top bin. I would just
Yeah,
throw it
didn't
on.
last time we we put the cast on comment? I don't remember.
We did the practice cast. Sarah's cast on, which is not Sarah's. It's somebody else's whose name I can't remember. Slowly. Go back. Okay, you still kind of go far. Okay, come on.
You know what?
What are you seeing? One stitch. Okay.
I'm seeing that my little black thing was not on my end needle.
Okay. Well,
Maybe that's what it was doing.
you never know.
This went perfectly when we did it before.
Well, after we got it going and figured out what we needed. Pretty much any time you're doing a pile up of tuck stitches, a little weight can be very helpful.
You want to do 100 rows?
Sure.
Around 80.
Okay, wait. Rows. Now put both beds in N and just knit a couple of rows so you can take it off and we see what we got. Okay, put your yarn back in the yarn holder and run across empty after you take off your weight. But while you're running it across, even though the weights are off, take your yarn away.
Take what?
Yeah, put your yarn away. Hold down with the hand.
Yeah.
Okay, and then come across. And back it up. And oh, that's so pretty. Okay.
Oh, look how gorgeous
Give
that
it
is.
a tug up and down and down. Set the stitches. And there it is. Now flip it over and let's see the back. Just exactly the same. And look at the mess ups. I might be able to find them, but most people won't. We won't look at them. Most people won't be able to find them. So there it is. And that's how you...
Nothing really...
It's nothing obvious. Yeah, I mean, you non-knitters wouldn't find that.
Yeah.
So you can see a lot of uses for this with doing, scarves, beautiful scarves that don't need any blocking. Let's show them the edge that we got, the cast on.
Yep.
Over the bed.
Can you see that? There it is. There it is.
Yeah. And it's, it's not a bad edge. I mean, if you want something tidier, then you would need to do a full needle or 1x1 with the tubular cast on, which is truly, which I don't know what the number is because I always put 3 in and then figure it out from there.
But for now, this gorgeous sample is going to end up with the rest of my samples.
Yes.
In the garbage can.
It's a clean garbage can. It's a holding station. So, okie doke. I think that any points we want to bring up before we sign off?
No, I'm just glad we videoed it because now I can go back and refer to it and hopefully everybody else can too.
That's the plan. Thank you.